What it do? We live at Metal Labs right now. It's your boy Prince Lamar, and I got a beautiful panel right here, right now. Why y'all got the long face? What is y'all mood today? Because it's like y'all stirring.
Nah, we good. All
right, man. Yeah, so we live at Metal Labs right now. I'm going to get everybody to introduce themselves. So to the right of me, I got...
Intern therapist, Gabby. Hey, y'all. How's it going today?
My name's Miguel, and yeah.
Yeah.
So now, my name is Miguel. I am the media marketing manager here at Metal Labs.
My name is Sheldon. I'm the vice president here at Metal Labs. It's like, nah, my name is Sheldon, content specialist at Metal Labs. And yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a pleasure to have everybody here right now. And today, you already know what it is. It's That Side Podcast. Come on, man. You know what type of time it is. We giving perspectives from this side, that side, any side. You know how we coming. But anyway, we're going to start off with the prompts, the topics. Man, we got some stuff today. And I'm going to get Q to help me out. He behind the scenes right now. I'm going to get him to help me out on the topics.
Yeah, Q, what's the first topic, Q?
Yeah. We're going to go right into it. Let's get it. I think, yeah.
So today we gonna first start us off with crash outs. When we crash out, men crashing out. What's going on with that?
All right, so who want to get their first perspective?
Man,
what is a crash out?
Well, crash out is basically taking a situation and going to the extreme. So when something happens to a person or they're in a situation, they're not able to think about the cause and the effect that's going to happen afterwards. They just
they're right, impulsive, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So anybody, by the raise of a hand, have you ever crashed out? Be honest.
I mean,
yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying. Yeah,
the emotions be emotioning. Right?
You know what I'm saying? Emotion be emotion. You know what I'm saying? That's what we trying to get everybody to understand. So
recovering CCO.
You feel me? So it's like it's okay to feel, but the crash out part now, that's what we trying to fix. But why do we feel like people crash out? Shell, why you feel like that? Why you feel people crash out, bro?
I'm not a crash out right now. Why you called me first? Like, no.
Yeah.
Don't be shy now.
People crash. Chill. People crash out because they don't have therapy or they don't have outlets to talk to.
Facts.
Let's just put that out there. Straight up, putting stuff on the shelf. And not being able to talk about it or not feeling heard bottles things up, but not being understood to the point where in any aspect, any environment, somebody could crash out, whether it be looking like anger, what looks like anger, or emotional breakdowns that leads you to do something crazy, even to the extreme extent of like taking your life. Like that's all crashing out. But it's all bottled up emotion that wasn't heard or wasn't expressed or wasn't understood.
Yeah, that's real.
So, yeah,
I can definitely tag team on that. I'm not gonna just say black men community. I'm gonna say the men community. We it's not a lot of outlets where we feel comfortable to speak out. Speaking to your lady, your parents, or whatever. They don't give you a safe space. And then when you do have the opportunity to be vulnerable with anybody or somebody, and then they kind of like make it harder.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's already hard for us to be vulnerable, be emotional, and be in tune with our emotions. We kind of like we in our generation we was built on men don't cry.
Strong,
men don't cry. Crying is for girls. Suck it up.
Yeah.
So I think when we do, so like if you got a girl and you go speak to her, or you got your mom or whatever, and you tell them how you feel, and they not able to receive it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They just kind of like, get offensive or turn the tables on you.
Right.
And then now you use more stuff that you locking in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you crash out, like kirk off and go off because you're not
surprised.
being heard, they confused.
Yeah, that's man, that's
so
tough.
I definitely understand. That's one of the things that people crash out on.
No, for sure, Gabby. So with your expertise, right? Because we got a, you know what I'm saying, a little mastermind over here, therapist over here.
We're dragging it.
Why do people crash out? And if you could go into like, I guess the
The clinical side.
The clinical side of it, like
I want to hear both.
Yeah,
I want to
I
hear your
wanna
I'm
hear-
not.
clinical
yeah.
and
I'm
your
not gonna
personal.
lie. I'm gonna be honest. Like y'all beautifully articulated that on both y'all behalves
yeah.
of what it would be from that mental standpoint. From my perspective, my opinion. But as a female, and I know how females are, we crash out. Like emotions definitely. Like I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Like
right.
it's definitely repetitiveness. Like if I'm gonna keep saying things over and over again, I'm not gonna want to keep repeating myself. Now I'm gonna show you,
Right.
and that comes into play a lot. Like now I'm gonna show you. Now you can't play with me. Now that might be in the up north of me. That might be the Caribbean friends and family that I'm around. So it's just like it's always on go. But the impulsivity definitely wins majority of the time, and it sound good. Y'all can't show emotions, y'all da 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 da. That's what y'all been suppressed, but y'all like to play a good game, a good manipulating game. And I'm not saying females don't do it too, because if you got it, you got it. But
Right.
if you want to manipulate, don't sit there and not expect a girl to go crazy. Like that's a man too, popping tires, they doing all that other stuff. Like everybody's been crashed out before.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not saying I took that extent. It's definitely
I'm
got
loud.
crazy in my time, but I mean, accountability definitely does help with people not crashing out. But I mean, in different sense, like you said, people taking that extra step in suicide or homicide, it definitely is a moment of, okay, am I being heard? And even if I'm being heard, are they getting it? Or am I being judged? Is somebody understanding my point of view? And that's all somebody really wants, is somebody to be like, all right, cool, can you really talk me off this ledge because I'm crying for help?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like, I know how I feel, so you
Right.
gonna hear me.
No,
So
for
you
sure.
have any steps you think that a person can take when they feel like they're at a crash out point? Because it's like a split second when you feel
Yeah.
like you about to pop. What you think is a good tool to kind of like reground yourself?
I'm gonna say mindfulness and breathing. I'm not gonna lie, like taking yourself out of that moment and realizing, like in certain situations, like say you play fighting and you just get a little too hard, and then it's like, dang, I don't want to put my hands on a woman. I'm not raised like that, but it takes you back. Like I just taking yourself out of that situation and remembering like what you built yourself up to be, and people at that point may not even have that. So like, it's very hard to tell somebody how to control their emotions. But I definitely, in situations of anger, I do recommend breathing, taking this moment back, separating yourself, like journaling, doing something that's gonna put you in your serene moment to where it's not like, okay, cool, something actually could transpire.
Right. I would say this now that I'm like really reflecting on what y'all saying. I feel like what y'all was saying. I feel like we on the opposite end should be mindful with anybody, because like we all just raised our hands, right? We all had a situation of where we felt like we crashed out. So that means that that person on the other side, like took us there. So I've been on both sides of the playing field, and I feel like, and just me reflection, like reflecting and, not perfect, and being on the other side of it helped me like be mindful. Even being in metal labs helped me be mindful that people, right, even the people that look like they're okay or they smile, it's like, no, they really go through, emotions, and like they have these like thought processes that hinder them to just operate in this world, and they look like, they look like us, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like being mindful to the people who really just like know that they're gonna crash out, or they feel like they are, and just having that in your spirit, like, okay, bet, let me like be at ease, or like make this person feel comfortable to where, you know what I'm saying, like they don't have to do it.
Yeah,
But
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? Like I feel like it's 50-50. Like if you gonna be out here in this world, just
Yeah,
be
like
mindful, you know what
I
I'm
actually
saying?
just me working here has increased the level of control of my emotions, more so my
Right.
temper. I actually learned something. It's called the 1, 2, 3. 4-5 grounding technique.
Oh yeah,
Where
I
it's
learned
like
that, yeah.
you touch, you feel like it's a whole little
Yeah.
ritual that you do,
Right.
so you can kind of like bring yourself back, and I suffer from mental illness, so I know how hard it is to really, I guess, control that urge to just kind of like snap, because
Yeah.
it's like it's with a person like me, it's second nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to the point where, like, if I went to a club and somebody kicked my shoe or stepped on my shoe or bumped me a certain kind of way and they didn't even mean it, the other side of me is about to crash out off of something so small.
For sure.
So that's how I understand, like, how severe crashing out could be. So imagine, it took me 30 something years to get to this point. Imagine the youngest now, how they not even close to where I'm at to obtain that control,
That control
of not
emotion.
crashing out. Because one of our biggest things in our I want to say generation, our community, the urban community, is respect.
Yeah,
So
respect. A lot
people
of
are
don't
crashing
have-
out off of respect
Yeah.
so easily, and it could be something so small. Like, you can be an
Exactly.
OG and talking to Shells, giving him some guidance, and you may say it the wrong way,
Yeah,
and he might
exactly.
crash out
They
on
might
you,
take it
and
out
you
as
trying to help him.
disrespect, yeah.
So, I get it. Crashing out is probably the top tier right now in our urban community. Like, people are making mistakes because they're not even able to think about it first. And they actually have a disorder for that. It's called an impulsive control disorder, where you do things impulsively and you just snap without being able to think first, basically. So I was told when I was younger that I did things impulsively, and the piece of my mind, the thinking part, was just
Yeah,
taken away.
for sure.
So I didn't have a second to be like,
Let me
all right,
sit back,
if I go rob him right now, even though my money gonna be up, I'm gonna get locked up for da 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 da.
Yeah, that's real.
You don't think about that first. Only thing that's on your mind is, say, a kid that has a dad and a mom, or don't have, they have one, and the son sees that mom struggling, and there ain't no food in the house. You don't think like, let me go ask my mans for $1, because you don't may not have that outfit. If you know your mans is doing stick ups, or he doing free car or whatever, you gonna be like, dang, my man I just seen him with Balenciagas on. He did boom, 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 boom. So you about to jump on that right now, and then you don't think about, if I go crash out and go do that right now, I'm about to get locked up. Only thing you think about was, I ain't got no food in my house. I ain't got. So you gonna make that wrong decision without even thinking first.
That's funny you say that, because
I was literally about to say.
yeah, that's funny you say that, because and we gonna go to the next topic. I'm gonna just land the plane right here. It's funny you say that. Our previous podcast that was shot with Keelan, he had like a guest, and he was saying that basically, because he did time, he a returning citizen, and he was saying how people do that to actually survive. So is that even crashing out, or is like, are you surviving?
Damn.
But anyway, we're gonna move to the next
Hold on,
topic.
Wait, I was gonna say,
go ahead.
this gonna flow into the next topic, because
Okay.
I go back to what you said about therapy, and back to what I said about accountability. It all starts with me. I'm gonna keep it real, like being real, like understanding what your triggers are and where they came from, because that can all stem from your childhood, which we go into your parents and who were in the home and who was involved with communication styles and loving, and how attachment styles and all of that is how you sit there and play off your love life or your friendships, or even how you treat bosses. Like, if somebody talking to me crazy, the quick moment I type, like, who you talking to? But I have to refrain, because you have to remind yourself, like, who have I grown myself to be? And what have I learned? Like you said, the skills, the counting, the mindfulness and the meditation, and taking yourself and separating. Like, when it comes to life without having a certain parent or them being present, I'm part of that. Like, I was a product of, we had everybody in the home, because, that's how Caribbean and Spanish people are. We all live with our grandparents, and you know what that situation is. But, I was a daddy's girl. And I never felt like at a certain point I had a dad. He didn't show up. My uncle was my goddad, so he was showing up to the daddy-daughter dances. My uncle, who's married to me, I call him my uncle dad. I have an uncle goddad and an uncle dad. Like, you living, But if I'm not feeling like I'm getting that sense of love, I'm not getting that, and in a black man, it's even more important because now I have to learn respect. Now I have
Yeah.
to learn how to treat women, how to speak to people, how to maneuver my life so I'm being a provider, but at the same time I'm making sure that I'm taking care of me at the end of the day, and that's very hard when you didn't have that example, or even if you did,
Exactly.
how can I utilize that into being something that I use for myself on a daily basis? And that becomes stress.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, I feel like so basically she's saying it start with the foundation. If you trying to map out these ways of respect and pride and all these things so that you don't crash out, it start at home. It's the foundation. Get with the foundation. If you got to get some closure, do that. But she did go into the next topic, which is like having a life without your pops, your dad, whatever you want to call him, father. So life without your dad. I'm gonna just say this: some people experience life with their dad, but that's the topic we're gonna talk about. The topic we're gonna stay on topic. So life without a father. Gabby explained her significance. I feel like a father is very significant. Um, it's a perspective because we got man and a woman, right? Um, the woman's perspective is definitely valuable just as much as the father is. I would say that it's stressful to talk about this because it's like, man, it is a thing. It really is a thing, and we have to really navigate through it. It's unfortunate, and I understand we connect with everybody in our community, our Metal Labs and Metalworks community, and I get it. It's a thing, but we shouldn't like make that a crutch. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't make it a crutch because it's like you grow up and it's on you. You know what I'm saying? It's really on you now to like navigate through life without this person. And that's why I said it's very like touchy. It's a touchy topic because it's like it's yes. You know what I'm saying? Like yes, pops rolled out. You know what I'm saying? Or we don't know whatever your scenario is like without your pops, whatever it is. It's like if you are at a grown age, you know what I'm saying? It's really on you to like navigate through that. So I'm gonna land my plane with that. We're gonna move on to shells. If you want to talk about like life, you know what I'm saying, life without your pops or just the topic in general, what you gotta say?
So I think it's a difference between like I ain't gonna say like dad and father, but a human being that is actually active, healed, and actually that's like adding to your life. Cause like people do like put a stigma like a crutch. Like I grew up without my dad, but your dad probably wasn't healed. So even if you had him, like he would have more trauma being in your life than out of your life. So it's not about having a dad or a father figure. It's about having a human being who is healed in a degree that could pour into you.
That's real.
And this is why other people step into play, or the moms become the dad, or you know what I'm saying, single mothers become the dad like figure because they are healed to the degree to pour a little bit more effectively than the father can. If the dad stepped out and he like trying to find himself, got locked up, whatever, honestly, yes, it's needed for a dad to be an influence or role model, but it's unhealthy as well for an unhealed person to be around you. Period.
That's real. That's real.
Especially as an adolescent or a growing child. Like if you grown or like you 18, whatever, maybe it's good for them to be around because you might be able to point to them. Just because they older don't mean you can't pour. So
that's real. That's real.
Yeah, I grew up without my dad, but in reality, like, I love my dad, but I feel like it would have been worse with him.
Yeah,
no disrespect,
yeah,
just because of, like, what he was going through, him getting in and out of jail and stuff.
Right.
It just wouldn't have been a healthy influence. As much as he sweated, he would have did so much, even in our relationship now. It wasn't healthy to a degree, so it's like, I don't feel like it would have been cool. I think I needed to have other influences outside of my home, my stepfather, like, do what it do to make the man that I am today, because I can't give my father credit for that at all. Love him.
That's real. That's real. So you saying it simply just took a village for you to develop your moral compass.
Yeah,
basically.
for sure.
And that's real though. That's a different perspective. I never heard it like that, to be real. Like some people, and we talking about this specifically, like they're not really set up mentally to even be this figure that you want them to be. And it don't have nothing to do with them being a man or being a father. It's like who they are as a person. That's real. That's what's up. That's what's up.
I heard both of y'all,
Mm-hmm.
but both still has trauma in both of the things that
For
y'all
sure.
just said.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you speaking in a point where as you are grown enough.
Yeah.
He's speaking on a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
But what y'all missing is the trauma don't come from you not seeing him or him not being around or you wanting him around. It comes from what you are coming across or what you see. So if me and Q are buddies, I like to give examples so people could understand the picture that I'm painting. Me and Q are buddies, and I'm in a single home with an amazing mom, right? She's doing what she got to do. Once I go over his house and I see his dad, his mom, and his family over there, and I'm seeing the things that his dad is doing with him, like outside playing catch, teaching him how to ride a bike, showing him how to be a man, and then let's say like me, I love playing a video game, and then I'm seeing him and his dad play the video game. So I'm like, it's like as a kid you like, dang, he got a cool big brother.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to
Like
be with him.
that's you. First thing you say, like, it's you gonna see like a brotherly love. Of course, you're not gonna see the strictness and the stuff that you don't see when you're not over that person's house, but you're seeing the stuff they're allowing you to see, which is the love that you want. Or, you know, if you a girl and it's a daughter daddy dance and you show up and you don't dance with no dad, it's just you by yourself. So that is what's creating that trauma that is making you feel like you're missing something or carrying around that thing that y'all saying like I ain't have my dad because it's hurting you, you know. And I come from that, you know. I come from, you know, my mom is just my mom, and then my mom had daughters, you know.
Yeah.
No way you can put it, no shape or form. A mom can't teach a boy how to be a man.
Right, and then
No, not even a little bit. So it's just like they can try their hardest, but it's just it's things that's missing. She can't teach you how to fight. She could try.
Right.
She can teach you how to treat a lady right, 100%. But it's a lot of things that the father going to teach you, like the games that may get played with a girl that you got to pay attention to. What to be want to look out for when you out in the streets and somebody looking at you a certain kind of way, so you don't be so green. I think the father is there to take the greenness away from the boy just as much as the mom is taking the greenness away from their daughter. They are trained to teach their daughter not to fall in a trap of what a man can do or what society can do. So if you just going into the world blindly, it will have a trauma that's lingering, you know.
Sure.
But with my dad, you know, he was locked up. But one thing I can say, he called me every day when he was in jail. But the thing about it is, now you have an attachment. So now you want to know more about your dad. You're going to do your research. You're going to see that, dang, your dad was that guy.
Yeah.
Then he was that guy with the ladies. Then he was that guy in the streets. So not most of the time you now about to try to be like him. Because you ain't really seen the bad side. So you only getting the good from my side. You feel what I'm saying? So I really think that trauma, like, man, I ain't had no my dad to teach me da. Like, I get that part because it's certain things that you need to learn. Now, it don't have to be like what Gabby said, your physical biological dad, your sperm donor. It don't have to be that person. But a man needs a male figure. Somewhat, some shape or form, an uncle, a big cousin, a big brother, because
one that's healed, like Shell said. The
Yeah,
one
like,
that's equipped
Or
to be-
willing to.
Yeah.
and even if they not like fully healed, they're able to put in what they didn't receive, because that's normally what it is. Like, I didn't have that, but I'm putting it into my son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't taught it, but I know what I didn't get. So now I'm able to show him what I wanted from mine.
for sure.
You feel what I'm saying? So nobody is healed.
Well, yeah, let me take that back. It's not fully healed. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But as far as like being the desire and the want to be effective, that has to be in them.
Yeah, for sure.
You know
For
what
who?
I'm saying? For the
father
father
figure.
that
Right.
desire to want to be
I understand.
effective has to be in
Y'all
them.
speaking on what the dad has to be,
Yeah, for
not
sure.
what the trauma is caused. The question is, what is it doing to the person?
Right. And can I break this stigma? Because I don't want to put it all on like the pops for real. Like, Man, we love them father figures, but we not about to sit up and act like the moms all like they just got it all up there.
Oh no,
and
no, no!
I was gonna say-
I'm saying, but
You
that's
feel
what's
me?
making
But-
it. That's what's
'Cause
making
that's
it rough
always
for them, though.
I know, and that's always the top.
Yeah.
The
But we
topic,
can't make
you know what I'm saying?
excuses for that either. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
like
Like as much as you beefing with somebody and you have that, oh, I can't be around because your mama told you this or da 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 da. Like
Yeah.
it's still about effort, and it's
Yeah.
even more of a unfortunate situation when, say the pops is deceased. Say the man that they're not living. It's like you don't even have that personalness of like I know who he was, or it's just like I knew who he was when he was here. So now how can I compensate for that as well? Like, because if you go to another aspect, like my cousin, that was my dad, like, and he passed away, and I had beef with my cousin because I felt as though like she didn't grieve the same way I grieve. But it's just like in certain situations, certain people bring different aspects that help you grow, and like I said, everybody has their strengths into why a child becomes the way they are or what the trauma is that carries on for life. And trauma comes in big or small. Like whether that's showing up, whether that's actual mental, physical, emotional abuse, sexual abuse. Like it's a lot that comes into play with feeling like, that trauma is something that you can get over. So, you condition yourself over and over and over again to do what you need to do. So it's just like, do we get into a point where the trauma actually becomes beneficial, or is it more detrimental? But it can be looked at as a positive just all the way how you, I guess, in a way, address it.
Yeah, y'all don't. I could be wrong in this, and I hope I don't get canceled for this. But you don't.
Yeah,
you
it's
don't-
around.
I'm always the one.
Yeah, he the
So,
one.
Oh, God.
You don't think
There you
that
go.
it's a lot of men that grow up in a full female household,
Me.
and it make them be a certain kind of way, and maybe be a sucker or a punk.
I want no sucker.
I'm sorry,
Here
but
you
it's,
go.
I'm being honest.
And look,
I
shit.
want no sucker.
I'm being honest.
She
I
was
had
like,
all
he said.
girls.
So now
when
if you do
said
it in
he
reverse
said-
and it's a bunch of men in a house, that don't make you too tough and don't know how
They
to
do,
be.
but I'm saying it's no
Nah,
violence.
no,
That's
no,
the-
Okay,
no,
okay.
no. Hear me out. No, look, I was saying something because she was like, that's me. And then you was like, that make you a sucker. He like, I ain't no sucker.
No, it's not. It's not
It
for
gets you more
everybody,
in
though.
tune, but I mean,
It's not for everybody.
it's
I'm
not.
just saying, like, it. Don't get me wrong, because my mother, she tough. You know what I'm saying? Pris' mother tough.
Yeah,
Shell's mother
yeah,
tough.
yeah.
Like,
City.
check this out.
Yeah, you about to see. You
Don't get it
DC,
wrong. I'm not
boy,
saying
you
that
know.
it's not possible, but then you have females that's very soft spoken,
Coddling.
sweet, and they coddle. They
See?
have this thing in different cultures, like African culture, where the son is basically put on a pedestal. So they don't
First
discipline or that's a king in their eyes. So you will see a lot of situations where the mother will let that son get away with everything.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
it's no discipline because of how their culture is with their sons. But with their daughters is a totally different thing. And basically, in a nutshell, is what I'm saying is how you're being raised, if you're missing something, it's going to cause certain trauma that you want. Like,
Yeah.
and it's going to make you be a certain kind of way because you don't want to be abusive guy. So you won't be an abusive guy because your mother taught you, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to be a player, but if you was raised by your father only, there's
Capital
a possibility
P.
that you be a capital P. That's
Capital
just.
P for real.
But if you got the balance of one showing you this or one showing you that, because I ain't gonna hold you, having that conversation. This is a grown podcast. The sex conversation with your mom is super weird.
Never had that.
But having the conversation with your dad
I
and
never
telling
had that
you,
either.
telling you
I never had that
what to do, what not to do, da 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 da.
Hold up.
That's important.
Hold on, let's be realistic. Anybody on this podcast, raise your hand. Did you have a sex conversation with your parents?
I mean, it was more like
I ain't have it with my
safety,
mom.
but it was just like I already did
But
it.
you young though. How old are you?
Yeah.
I'm 27.
Yeah, you young. I'm talking about these 91, 90.
No.
Not for nothing, y'all.
It was.
We ain't had that.
He had
It
a
wasn't a
big one
conversation. It was
before
more so wrap it up. That was basically it.
I
It
ain't
wasn't.
even had that.
We all young.
Wait,
My mother-
me your mother tell you to wrap it up?
I had to come to her about stuff I was doing. My mother.
So you had the
My mom-
conversation.
I had it. You
He had
said
it.
that
He's
the
saying
parents
after the
come-
fact.
Right.
He came
Yeah, it
to
was
her.
too late.
Yeah.
Oh, you already. Oh,
He said.
Yeah, I ain't had, my mother ain't do that.
I feel like I was
My mother
saying
just
that
like-
because I feel like, well, back in our day, I feel like the females was more scared to like touch on that topic or
but
like
that's
really
and
go
that's
there.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
my
father
supposed
wasn't
to have
there,
been done. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't never watch a movie and they be like, "Damn, we gotta go have that talk."
She
We
ain't
gotta go
talking
have that
about
talk.
that,
That's supposed to be a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
it's different. Yeah.
Like I know plenty of mothers that had that conversation with their daughters.
and it's so
That's a
messed-
thing. Like if you
Yeah.
don't, like they have to have that conversation when females come on their first thing, their cycle. That a conversation
Oh,
is
yeah,
now have
yeah,
to be
yeah.
had. We don't have a situation where it's like, oh, unless your mom walk in and you.
nah,
I'm
'cause
not gonna
my
lie,
granddad.
You got no
my
baby.
I'm not
granddad
gonna.
gave
I'm
me
not
that
gonna
talk.
attest to that. I mean, it's just like
Shout
we
out to
know,
granddad.
but also education in school works too. So it's just
Hey now,
like,
we ain't had that education in school, no hood. What you talking about?
I'm sorry that you know
Stop the cap.
You had sex ed?
Sex ed, yes.
sex ed
You had sex
It was a
in gym. It was in
required
gym
class.
class.
Dang, I ain't
in
have
gym
sex
class.
ed.
See, in the hood,
You had
missing out.
Well, okay,
I
I
ain't
never, I never heard it being
It's
in
a
gym class.
required-
That's different. But
Not
she-
like when
she
you go to
from
health,
Jersey,
you know,
so-
gym and health is two
Oh,
different
yeah, yeah.
things. So
Oh,
when
yeah,
you get to the
yeah.
health
I get
portion,
you.
it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't had to watch the video of whoa. the
Right,
baby
yeah,
coming
we
out,
had to
but-
watch. Yeah, that was.
I
that
read
was
a book.
You had a book?
Yeah, I read
Dang,
a
that's
book.
crazy.
But you know,
But at the end of the day,
You know?
your parents is supposed to have that conversation.
Nah, for sure.
No,
Like,
can I chime in on that before we go too far?
To the top, yeah. We gotta get to the next topic.
Yeah, all right,
Don't rush me.
I'm gonna have to head out on that one.
Listen,
Speed it up, my
I was
boy.
about to say nah, but that just goes to the reason why it hurts not having both parents because a lot of people in my generation, parents didn't. They just didn't know how. I'm talking about their mothers. They didn't know how to have them conversations, so they just let it be. And then they would discipline after some stuff happened, as if they ever warned us or told
That
us how
was
to get
my-
through
bro,
it.
that
So
was
I
my
think it's
mom,
even
bro.
more trauma. That's my mom, and that's love my
Wait,
mom,
so-
but
so
that's
Love
you
my
got-
mother to
so
death.
wait,
Didn't
you got
explain it.
in trouble for doing grown up stuff?
I mean,
yeah. So if I did something and she caught me in it, like or whatever, like it would be raising hell. As
Right.
if you told me like, or we could really talk. It would never safe space, and I don't feel like they knew how to because of how they was raising stuff. And it's just
Yeah.
like ongoing
But
trauma.
that's how
But
we get to safe spaces and trauma, and you're not being able to talk
Right.
about it.
exactly.
And I think that's really unfair because most of our generation parents had kids when they were
come on now,
teenagers.
talk about it. Like,
I'm
come
just
on
gonna
now.
hold up now, y'all
Talk
want to have that
about it.
conversation
Y'all,
with us?
y'all was
and
dropping babies though.
My
Let's
mama-
talk about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Nah,
but
my
yeah.
mama-
But what we doing?
Yeah,
What you doing?
She ain't had me no
Nah,
teenager.
we ain't doing
Hey,
These
your
some old
jeans
farts
is in my
over here.
jeans,
Come
man.
on now, we got the same blood. What you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be
Ain't
yeah.
nobody hear me, but they old.
All right, well,
Yeah.
tying it back to the trauma.
Oh, the trauma.
Oh, yeah,
you gotta bring it
effective.
So that's our next topic.
What's the
I was
next
about to
topic?
say it.
Can you pull it up on the screen, Q, real quick?
I was about to say it.
Oh, you was?
know
Oh,
that.
go ahead,
Damn.
go ahead.
So what I was saying, that's tying back to like, is trauma effective? That's the whole premise. And I was saying, like, honestly,
Or is trauma good or bad?
Yeah.
is it good? Is it beneficial?
Right, yeah.
But I would say though, like it is hurtful, but it is beneficial out there. Like I think about it because everything that I went through and I lacked helped me to even sit here and talk about it today to help somebody else. So I think it's so funny how like all of the ups and downs in life are testimonies used to help somebody else or to heal somebody else. So I'm not mad at it. It is just frustrating to think about and talk about. But even if you had that perfection in your life to the standards you wanted, you would have lacked something else. You would have been oblivious or green because you had so much perfection in your household. It's always a give and take. It's always a win or lose. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know a lot of kids that grew up with both of their parents and everything was right. But because it was so right, when they got into the real world, they don't know street stuff. They don't understand
Trials
it.
and
There's an up and
tribulations.
down to all of it.
Well, it gotta
you
be
know?
a
So-
You
balance.
gotta kick
So-
that bird out the nest.
So you saying trauma is beneficial?
That's how I feel now. Coming to the podcast, I was looking at y'all kind of curse. Like, oh man. When I heard the prompt, I was like, oh,
Oh, yeah,
nah, it's
yeah,
very
yeah.
beneficial.
He
Because I want to
did,
be the
he
man
did.
I am today, for
Yeah.
sure.
What you
I feel
think,
the same
Prince?
way. Yeah, I feel the same way. Trauma made me, DC.
But that don't mean
uptown.
go around traumatizing your kids.
Yeah, don't please, y'all.
Just
Please, y'all.
Quick.
Yeah, that's crazy because Miss Christine and Lene podcast, they got they got mad feedback. People in the comments like, yeah, she's screaming at her kid. Like, that's a traumatic experience.
It
But
is.
anyway, yeah, they
Constantly
talking
like
about that, man. They chewing that situation up in the comments.
But
Y'all
the
should
thing-
go check out that
but-
podcast, by the way.
But I
It's
ain't gonna
great.
hold you. A lot of people are also saying the opposite too,
What you mean?
It's not
because
beneficial.
that's
Oh yeah, no, for
That's-
sure.
because I can't lie and say that it was a lot of people in our community that was the opposite of that, because
Yeah,
every black mom back in the day talks at you. It wasn't no, oh baby, don't do that. Get off the couch. Oh no, don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself. No, it was
Yo.
the exact same way how that mom get your off
Yeah.
that
If
I
couch.
tell you
It
one
was-
more time.
If I tell you one more
Man.
time, I'm gonna go get. That's everybody in this room know. Like,
Back
yes,
when the switch
But
that's-
that's still, bro.
it's
Z,
wrong.
bro,
I'm saying,
go watch
but
the podcast, bro.
it's still wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not
right,
saying I'm not negating what they were saying, but I'm saying that there's at least 90% of moms in the urban community that are literally speaking to their kids in that shape or form. You could go in a grocery store in any part of our urban community, southeast, uptown, don't matter, and a kid touch something and they ain't supposed to be touching nothing, how the parent reacts and how they do it and publicly how they do it.
It's okay, little Billy.
Do you feel okay in that scenario, right? From Miss Christine podcast and Lene Jump, that scenario about the kid getting screamed at. Do you feel like that was beneficial for that kid to like?
No, not at all.
Right.
I'm actually
'Cause it would have put them in a box, like
I'm actually against y'all right now.
Yeah, like,
I
I'll
don't
be
believe what
scared.
y'all saying.
yeah, for sure.
I don't think that is beneficial at all.
Right.
Not even a little bit. I feel like that my trauma turned me into something that I wish I never made a route to. I feel like I want the type of trauma that I experienced made me me. Me that I still to this day would like to change, and I'm already making steps to do so.
Yeah.
If I didn't have a lot of that trauma, I probably would have been like a lawyer, or I probably would have been, I don't know, what Mr. Clay do. Like I call that a desk junkie, like a person that could be behind a desk and do clinical work. Like
Yeah.
I would have been on a whole nother level of book smart. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If I didn't experience trauma,
Well,
I don't think my trauma helped me or made me be the person that.
Can I change the word though, beneficial? Because that's smacking me right now. Maybe
Well, it
not.
was supposed to be, is trauma good or bad? You know, or if it's both.
Well, I do agree that it's bad. I don't think that it is. I won't say like completely beneficial. I think what I'm really trying to say is, can it be used in a positive light? That's what I don't want to say beneficial, because it could be some
Can
negative.
it be an additive to growth?
There you go, additive. That's why we have her here.
No, for real.
But here, gotta go.
I mean, but what?
Yeah, nah, she definitely.
I definitely gotta go tend to the client.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
man.
So
This
that's
has
what
been
we do
great,
at
But
Metal
I'll
Lab.
always come back and chew y'all up.
That's what we do at Metal Lab. She got to do her, you feel me, her mental therapy. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We handle our clients over here. We make sure that they straight. We make sure they on point. But we can stay on topic because it's like, and we'll close out on this topic for sure.
Oh,
This is our last topic.
Hey, Pootie, come jump in the jump. You a Gen Z? Come on.
Yeah, drop in. Have a great session,
Thank
therapy
you.
session.
You're gone.
Man, you don't, man.
Yeah,
we ain't
go
got
on. We got
time, bro. Come on.
Pootie in the building. Look.
I don't know if this is proper.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
whoa, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Let's
he's
just cut that out.
He's
Hold
out. Yeah, he's out.
I can't
He's
even
out.
tell y'all what that said.
Yeah, he's out.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah,
gosh.
put the hoodie
That
on.
just-
Put the
I'm
Jesus
trying
hoodie
to-
on.
Yeah, woo.
Oh, yeah. I hope that we gonna have to edit that for sure.
Yeah, that's good. Cause we gotta remember we ain't gonna drop.
Nah, it
the
was
whole
actually
thing.
perfect. We said Gen Z, they lost. He comes in with a shirt
Right,
like
yeah,
that. They
the
lost.
example.
Yeah, it's
Like,
For real,
example. Hey, why do
literally.
you have that shirt?
Yeah. But
Worse, man.
so let me introduce Pootie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Pootie in the building. You know what I mean?
Put it
Shout out
time.
Pootie is in the building. He's definitely one of our like major factors at Metal Labs. He edit, shoot. You know, he's a part of the media team. We all are a part of the media team. So this is his thing in the media team.
Yeah,
so.
matter of fact, I'm gonna give him the floor real quick. It's some stuff that y'all don't really know about Pootie, and I think he'd be comfortable to speak about.
Yeah.
I just want, cause yours is kind of like the opposite. You know what I'm saying? You had a father figure, still do, but I want you to speak on one particular thing. Like, not having moms and stuff like that. Speak on it. Like how it changed the course, how it made your trauma, etc.
I had my mom's in my life. She was around till like 7th, 8th grade, and then she kind of like, she fell off track. She wasn't on her feet basically. So she was definitely around. Only person in my life who wasn't around was my dad.
Okay.
My dad, he's been in jail since I was born.
Okay. Okay. How did now, with you being, Gen Z, about a little bit about the crash out, I just want to hear your opinion.
I
Like,
was on a little bit,
you
a lot of it.
You a youngin, you know what I'm saying? Is you even 21 yet? Like,
I'm 20.
I don't even know. Oh my gosh. Young,
Don't disclose.
young man, 20. So y'all know he Gen Z.
I'm 20.
Right,
Okay,
so-
all right, okay.
Yeah, so-
20.
Ain't nothing wrong with
The
that.
Be
thing,
proud, ain't
well,
nothing wrong
things
with
a
that
little
at all.
bit different when you ain't, you didn't have him around. You know what I'm saying? Because technically it wasn't him. It was him at first, and then it was a gap where then she kind of lost track. So, like, do you think trauma is beneficial to you?
I feel like trauma has its pros and cons.
Sure.
I try not to dwell into the cons. 'Cause
Right.
What's the point?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not gonna say it doesn't affect me, but all you can really do is just move forward.
Yeah. So you in the game to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was about to say. It's
So
about
before
your
you
critical
got-
thinking, bro.
Before you got to this growth, what was it before? Because of course you growed into this maturity.
At first, I definitely had an escape. I'd ignore it, wouldn't speak on it,
Okay.
just wouldn't dwell into it.
You develop the critical thinking skills to know that this is trauma, but how am I going to show up? And you choosing to show up with like the good side of it, not the crash outside of it.
Oh, no, for sure. I definitely, with my pops not being in my life for what he did and why he's gone, it made me not want to be like him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
So yeah, stop, man. Look, I'm gonna be this to the older people. Stop thinking that all these Gen Z, come on, man, they got a good head on their shoulders. We not about to sit up here and be acting like all of them is crashing out, and like we not about to do that. We got
So
Pootie as an
what was our
example.
first question?
What
Why you
was
think
it?
they crashing out,
Why?
Booty?
Oh yeah, why?
Why?
Yeah,
We
from your perspective, when you
Yeah.
got friends,
Yeah,
why they,
come on.
bro? Why they
crashing out,
bro?
man?
I feel like people I know and people who are in my generation who are crashing out, I feel like they really don't know what else to do. Like they think it's the only answer, or it's the quickest answer at least.
They on autopilot.
Like if you see someone doing good, you know a way you can do just as good as him this way, and that's all you know. That's just what you're gonna do. Like
They were looking for the quick come up instead of the long one.
I mean,
Right, yeah.
who want to take the long way? Like if you could make $1 million in a month doing this method, but then spend your whole life chasing $1 million, what would you do?
Yeah.
The average person nowadays, people already got social media, so they have a short attention span. So they're not going to put that much time into developing themselves compared to
real.
like basically like a cheat code. But
That's
Yeah,
real.
you making it seem like they treating life like GTA.
Yeah.
I mean, basically.
So in a sense, they like mastermind. They really trying to get through it, the process quicker, I guess, in a sense. I mean,
Yeah, and then social media make people want to impress people as well. A lot of the people who they're doing it, they're not even like doing it for themselves for real. Like, because if they was, they'd be the people I know at least. They don't even take care of their people. It's like if they doing these methods, they're not giving their peoples the money. They just buying the most expensive things they can
yeah.
buy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
Hey,
like-
you know what
I
that
get
go
what you're
back
saying.
to?
It's like, why are you doing that?
What Shells was saying. It's a what? What you said they putting on?
Oh, act.
It's a
They
show.
just want to look rich.
Yeah, they want to look like it. Damn, that's real. Cause back in the day, and I know they gonna say this when they get this content on the platform. The OGs basically saying back, you know what I'm saying, back in the day when they was doing the shortcut route, that they took care of their family. You know what I'm saying? Like they did those things to actually take care of their family. But you saying on your end, it's like they doing it just to go buy the design, to go buy them CDs.
Oh yeah,
the
no.
Dior,
And then to make it worse, they loyalty is shot. Like they going a fast route, and they crashing out on family members, on friends.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, I guess they, OGs had people they go run a lick with, and they can trust that person. Now you run a lick with somebody, your partner might run off with everything and leave you with an empty bag.
Bro,
Yeah, I had a
that was
friend
happening
try to
back
scam
then.
me.
Huh?
Huh?
I had a friend try to scam me. He tried to do a Navy Federal method.
Mm.
But I'm already knowing how it worked. I'm like, I knew you since elementary school, and you trying to have me paying back the bank, basically.
Yeah.
Because you know when people do that stuff,
Yeah, you
whoever
gotta
they
pay it back,
using their information, they get hit. The person, getting not giving up their information, they hitting you.
Yeah,
that's
but I understand
unfortunate.
what Pootie's saying though. Once your man show you that quick lick,
Oh, yeah.
it's very difficult for you to probably like say no. Like your man just went to the
Nah,
ATM.
he's saying no.
No, he said that it's hard for them to not go the quick route because of how quick it is and how fast it is and easy it is, but the consequence ain't there. So if his man go get 50 bands out of ATM and he with him, now he gonna want to know how he got that 50 bands, and 9 times out of 10 he gonna go do it too. That's why they doing the free
But
cards.
that's what I'm saying. Pootie's saying that he's saying that he don't even want to associate it.
Oh no, he
spoke
said
on
he
loyalty,
not. No,
right?
he said
for
he
sure.
not. He's
Right.
saying that that's the reason why they doing it, because
Right.
they see how quick it is, and they feel like that's the
Yeah,
only
for
fast
sure.
route.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if who wouldn't want $1 million in a month?
No, for sure.
If somebody told you get $1 million in a month by doing something like that,
Random.
but think about it is
Let me swipe your car.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, man,
but I
they
guess
ain't
because
that,
we
bro.
older, we think about it first. But
Yeah, you
they
gotta
can't
think
think
about
about
it.
it first. They
That's
just
crashing out.
like
Yeah.
Don't crash out, y'all.
It typically happens to people like without the structure too. I'm not gonna lie. Like all my friends I know who had good household structure, they in school, they getting their degree, they getting a good career. But everybody I know who got like a messy structure, they not living right. Like they just doing anything but that.
dang. So it's crashing out all about money more so
No.
than it is. I said more so, meaning more than crashing out off of emotions, because a lot of them crashing out to get bread.
No.
I'm crashing out emotionally.
Yeah, emotionally. They got pride, man.
So you think it's all the way around?
I know it is.
Yeah.
What? I live in Washington D.C., man.
He don't even know what the
Money
metro
definitely
is.
play a big part though. Money probably play like 60%.
You said you think the money part 60%?
Unless you just really just beefing like.
No, I think it's like 3 different ones. I think it's money,
Pride.
females, and then pride, because pride go along with that respect. You know what
all
I'm saying?
that, bro. All
So,
that, man.
but I feel like a lot of that, some of that ties in. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them crashing out I'm seeing people crash out when the other person got more to them.
Jealousy.
Like,
Jealousy.
jealousy is
Oh
like,
my goodness.
goodness gracious.
There's
Like
but-
you can't like back in the day. I seen they people. Nah, it was happening then too. Regardless, look, if y'all crashing out, stop posting it on Instagram showing y'all got all this money, because you making yourself a crash out target. Like
Crash out
Right.
Target is crazy.
it's being honest. It's just something.
People
Y'all
think-
crashing out and y'all not thinking at all. Y'all using no brain power. Like y'all just snapping, because you crash out and then you post it. Then you don't understand why the ramifications is coming about.
So I think
That's facade.
to side.
Like for real, Prince. Like, what you think disrespect is?
Nah, what she was about to say something.
I was about to say the thing that, dang, what was I about to say? I think it's tied all together though. Like, we crash out emotionally off of a lot of things, but I think the biggest thing why is because we don't have outlets. That's why I talk about therapy. Even what you saying, them going to the internet to show off is all like, relating to somebody else, or like you needing an outlet. Even when people crash out emotionally, they post stuff on Instagram or whatever, right? But it's more so because there's no one there to talk to that can understand
Right,
them or
yeah.
get them something.
So that's an
All of
outlet.
it is because we don't have a proper safe space to like
real.
get our stuff together. So
what do we do? What's the solution? Put in the comments. What's the solution? Like, why?
book a
Why do y'all
therapist.
feel like that's an outlet?
I was like, book a therapist.
No, for real, come to Metalworks, because
That's the outlet.
bro, why is that an outlet? And if you feel comfortable, definitely comment. You know what I'm saying? Let us know why, because we want to know what's going on in your brain. We want to tap in. But that's crazy, because it's like that is a perspective. They using social media as an outlet. Is that healthy? And Q put up a prompt.
Yeah, he
Let's
said.
see what it say. What it
he
say.
said, what we think disrespect is in our community, basically.
All right, I'm about to show
Like,
you.
what is disrespect?
Perspective.
Like our perspective.
What is disrespect?
Yeah.
He will suck.
That's one.
Your mother. Your
Disrespect is in the eye of the beholder, bro.
Yeah,
Disrespect could
it's-
be anything under the sun,
It's
and
really
that's
perspective.
disrespect.
disrespect
mean?
is perspective. It could be anything because of what
Help me
how you
understand
see
that,
it,
bro.
Yep.
I feel like
Because everybody's form of disrespect is different from
That's why
everybody else's.
That's why I be blowing me. People be arguing and be like, "You disrespected me," and they be like, "No, I didn't." But it really is how that person see it. Disrespect could be anything under the sun. It could be you holding the door open for me. People that did that when I was in this area, that was disrespectful because they're saying you a lady. Whatever
That's
the case
sad,
may
bro.
be.
Yeah.
But no, I'm telling you, it's perspective.
That's real. I'm gonna be honest, you real, but that is
Disres-
really like that is sad as a human being. Like
That ain't sad.
that's
That's humans.
No, that scenario that you saying somebody opening the door
Oh,
disrespectful.
you think
like,
I'm a girl?
you feel me?
No.
That
Hey.
is not that don't have nothing
Hey,
to do
yo, speaking of that,
with this real. You're
Bruh,
real. I'm agreeing.
that
I'm
mess is
agreeing with
real.
you. That's real, but it's like, bro, like as a human being, let's
No,
like,
bro, it's
that is
actually
not
too
that
real, bro.
person.
You know what that
that
go
is not
back
that
to?
person.
no, it actually happened. Or right across the street from Suitland Metro. You know what that 7-Eleven is?
You held the door
open
for a dude.
No, bro. The dude opened the door for the girl, and first thing he did was open the door for the girl. Then she was like short some money on a Slurpee. And he paid for the Slurpee, and the girl's dude, shot him up.
Oh wow.
So he thought that was disrespectful.
Yeah, he took that as disrespect, bro. He opened the door for your girl, bro.
Who?
That's crazy. to
Man,
me.
time, that's
now that's
my
a
girl.
crash out,
That's
A crash.
and that was a grown person.
So, yeah.
Crashing out was crazy. Like a dude crashed out on a dude for cutting in line to get the chicken sandwich at Popeyes. Shot him up in Southeast.
Oh wow.
And that's that is a form of disrespect, right?
But
you
that's-
you jump in the line.
you,
Cut in front of me.
Yeah, we
that's
cut
so-
it for that. That is
bro. I
That
took
is
it as
disrespectful,
disrespect
right?
if you step on my shoes
that-
or you bump me.
yeah,
Like
that's disrespectful.
And in my point of view, that could be small. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So it's
yeah,
like
that's real. That's real.
that it's messed up. But I do want to say
It's
this.
messed up.
I ain't trying to close or nothing, but say that like we gotta stop being upset and arguing people down off of our own perspectives.
Tell
Put
them,
your pride
Shields.
to the side and like
Tell
literally
them.
like try to receive what other lens another person may be looking at something from. Just
them
because you
know.
don't understand it don't make sense to you.
Let
Don't
them
mean
know.
that it may not, you know what I'm saying, have value in their experience. And mean something to them. And this is exactly why we need therapists and why we need outlets, because you never know
Exactly.
what's going on with them. And when you take yourself outside of yourself and what you grew up around and what you understand, like you'll be able to sympathize with people and their different perspectives, pertaining to respect or disrespect or just like life in general. But a lot of time we always put ourselves in those shoes, and it's not fair. Like we're like, yeah, I wouldn't do that. I don't feel that way. Somebody step in the shoe. I'm a grown man, bro. Get over it. Oh,
Right, yeah.
he held your feet. Bro, I would love somebody hold the door for my girl. Bro, go ahead, bro. Like
Right,
it's
yeah.
all these different mindsets off of trauma and things that haven't been talked about or resolved that we can't even
Sure.
sympathize from because we selfish and we only see that I wouldn't do that. We gotta take the eye out of it, you know.
That's real, bro.
what happened to
Shell
all the-
dropping bombs in
what
this
happened
joint.
to all the outlets though? Then we used to have like stuff when we was younger though. I remember like the rec
Man, they
center.
still out there. They not using it. Let's be honest. And I'm gonna be completely real. This is to like the older people. Y'all not even welcoming at this point. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all got in y'all brain, and I'm I'm fighting for the younger generation because it's like y'all got in y'all brain that all the Pootie is a prime example of a younger generation who got their head on straight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking to the people that's not really like advocating for these people. You know, these kids or like these younger people. Y'all older, like, come on, bro. Like, y'all acting like they didn't experience the same thing in their lives just as much as you experienced it. So it's like, bro, like,
Oh, so
really tap in.
You
Like,
feel like the older people gave up too quickly.
like y'all gave up. So it's like, what?
'Cause it
Why
look
would I
different.
even run to you? Like, your arms not even open. Why would I even?
Our lives are just recorded now.
You feel me? Like, right? Like they using y'all as like lab rats. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna be a part of it. Like all the youngest, they know I be trying to bring them in. Like Pootie, one of them. Like I saw his potential, and I was like, come on, sure like that. And I think a lot of people got to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's things that they will be interested in. You just gotta show them. You know what I'm saying? And then it's throwing me off that I'm seeing people, youngins that could be something, and they didn't been giving up on. I'm seeing people that's like 6'4" that could have been a crazy basketball player or a person
like they not investing
he in
their
a trap
time.
house, but he is a mathematical genius, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like. They got they showing these qualities, but you amplifying the crash out versions of it rather than amplifying the stuff that will take them places where they can get the things they crashing out for.
Because that's
They
what's
got
more
these
realistic
talents.
to them.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
But nah, man. Look, when I was younger, we had the boxing zone. We had the rec centers that had the recording. That was up on U Street. But, yeah, they got if y'all don't know, it's a recording zone inside of the rec center up there on top of U Street, right by the station. Like you can go in there and record music, and it's free. Like long as you got you a youth, like you can go in there and record. They got now they got like I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I'm a little bit upset and jealous of y'all because I went to all the old schools that I came across when I was a youngin'. Cardoza don't even look the same no more. They got a pool now. They got a new basketball gym. It's an elevator in the high school. It don't look like a college. Like it's so much. Bro, this how y'all know y'all are making a generation fail. Y'all know that they out here doing things they ain't got no business, like having sex while they young. Bro, they put a how you say it? Planned Parenthood place inside of Cardoza. So and they have a daycare in the school. So basically, if you got a kid and you're young and you're in high school, you can bring your kid in and drop them off.
Bro.
That's I know y'all helping, but y'all basically making it okay that they can have these youngins young. Like, why y'all put that in the school? I understand y'all want to help, but that's crazy.
Bro, like I said, the resources are out there. They are not promoting it that well. Why? Because they just lost hope.
So, I got a question. Are we wrapping this up after the disrespect thing?
Yeah,
so,
we can. Yeah.
I got a question.
What's up?
Because it really just like I've been sitting here, it just took my mind left. So I looked up the definition of disrespect, right? And this is what's really spanking me right now. It's not like a huge definition, but how I'm thinking about it is way different. So it just says the lack of respect or courtesy. That's it. Nah, really, that's
Is that
it.
even
so honestly, like
definition is what?
it's just lack of respect or courtesy.
So what is
Then you look
respect?
at what is courtesy?
Yeah, what is respect?
Look up respect.
Right, what is respect then?
Respect then.
What if they
That
say,
was so short.
What if they say lack of disrespect?
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
All right, so respect is a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something,
A feeling of deep
by
admiration.
the abilities or qualities or achievements. Or the second definition, due a regard for the feelings, wishes, or rights or traditions of others. So this is wait.
So that
Wait, that's
varies.
deep, right?
Yeah.
But this is respect and disrespect are both learned constructs. They're learned constructs. So it's just like it's so sad that like we put this overhead like you're disrespecting me, but in reality, what have you learned that is disrespectful?
Right.
So from your perspective, if I really didn't think that in my community I haven't learned these things, it cannot be disrespectful in my mind. So there's no overhead in the society and life that say that. And I had to learn it honestly. I had to sit with myself and learn that because I would have thought that my female was disrespecting me, and we was going back and forth. She's like, that's disrespectful to you. But it's really about learned constructs. What is your community, or what have you been around? What is your childhood or your parents taught you that is courteous or
That's
whatever?
real.
Or how can you really like sympathize or look at it from that person's point of view when sometimes you actually are thinking of that person, but not in the way, like, for example, like, I wanted to, this is small, I wanted to hold the door for you. I'm really thinking about you. I wanted to hold the door for you, but I didn't think like maybe it's a whole bunch of girls right there and that might embarrass you. I didn't look at anything from that perspective, but I really did consider you in my heart and soul. But then also from his perspective, that was discourteous. Or me making a joke around all girls and making him feel embarrassed. And I'm just like trying to be funny to lighten the mood, but think about him to make him look cooler. We all cool dudes. I'm trying to be funny, but also he felt small in that that same moment, so it wasn't courteous. So all of these things is learned constructs, and I really do want to ask the people in the comments, like, have we even got to that point to understand and realize that these are perspectives? Because every time we like force like these perspectives on everybody, this is where we come to arguments and we come to disagreements where we can't even like abide in a community because we are setting these standards that like you have to know this, when it's just like, are you able and willing to step outside of yourself to give space for people to grow and learn what you feel as though is courteous and what you feel as though disrespectful?
That's real.
You know what's crazy? I actually understood that 100%.
I did. That's why I'm like dang, bro.
I'm not gonna say no names, you know, but this particular young lady I used to talk to back when I was dancing, her and her family, they communicated yelling at each other. That's how they communicate. But they didn't take disrespect from each other or nothing. That's how they talk. Like, she's just a loud speaking person, right? So when she would yell at me, I would take that as disrespectful. Like, why are you yelling at me, bro? But that's how she
And
communicated.
she try to play with you like it's not that deep.
It's not that deep.
That's not
But
fair.
It's not that deep
That's
because
not fair at all.
because she's already been trained that she's been doing it all her
Yeah,
life.
right.
So it's like she don't have this level of grace or like.
So she don't know that
perspective
it's
at
even
all.
disrespectful. So
Right.
that's why what he's saying, it makes a lot of
so
freaking
much
sense.
sense.
Because
bro.
And I can give you another example. Parents, and I know this is a touchy topic because as a kid, my parents felt like, I ain't gonna say which one, but my parents felt like if I talked back to them that I was being disrespectful.
Stay in a child's place.
You feel me?
Yeah,
and it's
but-
like you're closing that door.
yeah, because now I can't even explain my case or plead
Exactly.
my case.
And
Because
you
what if I
feel-
ain't never do it?
Right, and you feel like I'm coming from a place of disrespect because I'm just simply speaking back.
Yeah.
But you want
Speaking your mind.
You never
feel me?
gave us that
Yeah.
safe space.
And that's so sad. I feel bad for the, like people, you know what I'm saying, or kids that experience that, teens, younger adults, and just humans. Period. If
But-
you experience that, bro, that's not good.
I
I'm
think
gonna put it on the line. That's
we
not
really
good.
need to, like, that's a deep convo.
Yeah.
Y'all really put that in the convo. That's a deep conversation
Yeah.
because I think, like, we all need to extend more grace for everybody
Grace.
in our
Grace.
communities because
Grace,
we
bro.
didn't receive or understand the same things that other people have. Like, the grace aspect is just deleted. Like you just said, it could be a household where, like, you could speak your mind or whatever to a certain degree or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But other than, like you said, take that disrespectful. But it's
Right.
like there's no grace for even people
No
to
grace.
develop and figure out what's wrong, what's right, or what's comfortable and works for them. Because I got, a situation with my parents, I could cuss or whatever the case may be. And then, like, when I'm around my aunts or whatever, like, don't cuss at your
Yeah,
mother.
no,
But we be
yeah.
cussing with each other.
Right.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to say that's right
that's
or
right.
wrong
Yeah,
or whatever the
that's
case
just
may be.
your
Don't eat me
household,
up. But, like, you got to build those personal relationships with those perspectives and that grace
Facts.
to learn each other and see, like, oh, yeah, that works for us.
Facts.
But then also humble yourself to know that when you step outside of that relationship, then when you go to the next one, that shit ain't going to fly.
Preach.
Yeah, you
that
gotta
boy,
start-
that boy
you gotta
just got
start over.
baptized, man. Look. Congratulations, by the way. That boy, he's elevating, man. He preaching over here. That's tough.
Yeah. And
That boy came out that holy water.
And look, in the tag on
With
that,
that armor on,
if y'all
man.
y'all want change, don't start the change with telling the person you trying to change that you've been there, done that. I hate when OGs be like, "Hey man, I've been done that back in the day. I used to do this," and you don't start it off with that. Like, start
Yeah.
off with the clean. Look, the reason on why they should stop, not because you used to do it and that's what happened. Because
That's real.
it's you just poking the bear. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go
Exactly.
right
Come on,
in there
bro.
with the initiative of change, and that change is you are already a changed person. So speak from the person that you've changed into. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, y'all dropping bombs. And he just, he got dipped in that
Keep
holy
going,
water
keep
too.
going.
Yeah, keep going. man.
Like
Wow.
you can't. You gotta speak from the person that you're changed into. You can't speak from the person you was, and that's where they going wrong.
You gotta
You-
They holding on.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
holding on to that thoroughness and that back in the day you used to be this rah. But you
Yeah,
ain't that
alright,
now,
give
bro.
it up, you goofy.
So now they looking at you like you
You
goofy,
goofy.
bro.
Yeah, like, come
Like,
on, bro. You too.
and then they looking at you like you a square, like you wasn't that back in the day, because you have now you have no proof. So what you're saying is not real for them. What you got to start off is straight off the back consequences, what they should do, what they can do, and whatever outlets they can take that's better than that one. Do not start the conversation with what you've been through and what you've been done. Don't do it. I promise you, it's gonna go left. Like, that's not what they want to hear. They need solutions, not
Right.
stories. They don't want to hear your war stories and what you used to do.
And
bro.
it's more effective when you're not forcing that on them.
Yeah,
when
like-
they find out from somebody
Right.
else, they got a whole new perspective. Dang, he was
Bro,
talking
they
to me
gon-
about
they-
all positivity. Like,
and they gonna
he used
listen to
do
whatever they
this.
gonna do. Hey, look,
It's
hey,
a deeper respect right
Hey,
there.
Pootie gonna hate me and Prince for this, but I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Me and Prince had a whole conversation with Pootie on what car to get, what not to do.
Man.
He still chose what he wanted to do, but the thing about it is,
I'd rather them get
bruh,
a card and do
look,
that.
bro, I told him not
That
to get a
scam and
kid, bro.
donation.
Hey, like my
I
man,
told-
he
look,
like his kid.
I told him not
what?
to get a kid because that is the free card.
Free card.
Everybody can steal that card. They
It
use
has
USB
the new
to steal
theft
that
protection.
card.
It's 2024.
You can't steal them or the new ones, but no, the new ones you can't. I'm telling you, but what they can still do is try it because they think that you still can.
Facts.
So my girl had a kid,
Facts.
and they can't do it because they new model, but they still broke her handle and all that trying to get into
Yeah,
it
man.
because they thought that they could.
But look, he showed us 3 cards. I told
And
bro,
they
get
took the
truck.
ignition. He had to pay for a new ignition, not to make you feel any type
Yeah,
of
but
way.
he
They
like,
probably
I'm about
are,
to go take
but they
that
took the
back to
ignition
the
to
dealer.
pop because they thought they
So,
could,
yeah.
and the car didn't go nowhere. So they did that one time, but it could have been consistent.
But look, hey,
because
don't
they
get
think
us
they can
wrong,
get in.
man. We proud of Pootie.
Yeah, we proud of him. I
His
got
first
that.
car.
That don't probably look
Yeah,
nice.
man, go
First
ahead.
car,
Nice.
2024.
You feed.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's not a
You can get
Benz.
my boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a Benz. Learn from my mistakes.
Yeah,
It's not a Benz.
Yeah, all BMW, bro. Like, don't go no route that we did. But you see what I'm saying? If we would have started the route with Pootie like what we did, he probably would have went that
I wish
route.
I would've got a
ooh, Benz,
Honda.
ooh, BMW. You
Nah,
know what
he
I'm
said he
saying?
said he was about to,
Nah, bro, he
about
was trying to
drink
get a
that water.
Tessie.
He said he was about to drink that water. He said he did. He said
But
he
yeah,
did.
hey, go ahead and close it out, Prince.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
moderator.
Yeah, I'm gonna just close it out with that, man. This is That Side Podcast. Yeah, we had an amazing prompt, and yeah, if you like, comment, share, subscribe, we would highly appreciate that.
Shout out to Q.
Yeah, shout out to Q for holding it down.
Yeah, Q.
You know what I'm saying? He behind there, the cameras. We got 3 cameras set up.
Hey,
And a sound system. He
hey,
can
before
throw
we
this
go,
thing back
did
there.
any of us ever ask Q if he's a Q? For real though, I
Bro.
never asked him that because he definitely went to college, bro. I just never asked him that. You,
So
was
Q-
you,
Q
was
is
you,
not
was you a
Q.
stepper? Was you stepping in college, bro?
Hey, bro.
I just went, all right,
Q
all
is
right,
not
man.
a- cut
I had to
Q
ask,
is
bro.
not a Q, bro.
Cut the tape.
Q is not a Q.
I had to ask.
But yeah, this is That Side Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. We got Prince Lamar here, Pootie, Miguel, Yo Shells.
And shout out to Gabby for her stuff.
Oh yeah, shout out to Gabby. She had to do her session thing, so that's why we had Pootie on the panel now.
This was a good one. Sounding out.
Signing out.
we
All right,
gone.
y'all.
Bless
Peace.
up.
Catch y'all on that side.
Yeah, metal lad.
That
baby.
shot, my brother.